All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we've got more drama going on between the camps of Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney as Jared Big Baby Anderson has something to say to Bill Haney and Devin Haney about criticisms of Shakur Stevenson. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I'm going to be having some fun talking about funny situation going on between the camps of Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, where you have a stablemate of Shakur, one of the best young fighters in boxing, one of the best young heavyweights in boxing, who suffered a little bit of a setback in the last fight that he had. Has had some personal issues that have come up recently, but still, I think he's a marvelous fighter and eventually going to be the heavyweight champion of the world, if not undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Just a very good fighter in Jared Big Baby Anderson. But to me also, it's kind of like Shakur in a way, says some things every once in a while, does some things every once in a while. You know, it's a little bit questionable, but he had something to say about Devin Haney and Devin Haney not fighting Shakur Stevenson. And this is after the lackluster performance that Shakur Stevenson put on against Edwin De Los Santos. Now, before I get into the details of it, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Thank you for chopping it up with me about boxing every day. My favorite sport, probably yours favorite sport as well. And understand when I'm talking about these fighters, I've got nothing but respect for all of these guys and what they do in the ring. Every single solitary one of them are tremendous athletes and success stories in their own right. Human beings make mistakes and they do things that don't turn out the way that they expect them to turn out. You have good days, you have bad days. But at the end of the day, man, these guys are all providing us with entertainment inside the ring and outside the ring. So, you know, just let that be understood before I go in and laugh at a couple cats, because whole thing is funny to me. And as people often say in my live streams, it's funny because it's true. Now, let's talk about what Jared Big Baby Anderson had to say about Devin Haney. First, he comes out with a tweet and talks about how Devin Haney wouldn't even look him and Shakur in the face, how big and bad and tough he is on the internet. But when Jared Anderson and Shakur Stevenson saw him in person, that Devin Haney couldn't even make eye contact with him, right? So what was that about? It was when the infamous drinks were sent from Shakur Stevenson to Devin Haney at a club in Houston, I believe in Houston, Texas. And the message that was sent on a bulletin board, like a portable bulletin board, was sign the contract, right? So everybody made a big deal about that. But it was interesting that Devin was sitting way on one side of the crowd and Shakur and Jared Anderson were sitting on the other side of the crowd and really were not interacting with each other, right? So fast forward to Shakur Stevenson not performing up to expectations against Edwin De Los Santos. Devin Haney calls him trash and says that I should have offered him 10%. I was going to overpay him for the fight. Still working on this, what I believe, highly suspect narrative that Devin Haney was serious about fighting Shakur Stevenson. So Jared Anderson responds and he sends a DM straight to, he puts this up, sends a DM straight to Bill Haney, who was the father, manager, co-promoter of Devin Haney. And when I say co-promoter, I mean that he is the guy that is running Devin Haney's promotion company. So technically speaking, Bill Haney works for Devin Haney. He said, you mad that your son is a bitch and can't fuck with Shakur? Keep it a bean. And then they go back and said, my son is rich and a boss. And he said, yes, your son is your son is a boss, but he still can't beat Shakur. And then Bill Haney goes back into why he didn't take this offer that was made, and then says, hey, man, make smart moves, big fella. I'm rooting for you in life, in anything except for something dealing with my son, right? Which is clearly a shot at Jared Anderson having been arrested for driving under the influence and with a weapon in the car, right? Very bad situation. However, let me set my little nosy 2 cents into this. First and foremost, I agree with Jared Anderson. And I don't believe that 25%. I've said it 100 times. I don't believe that was any real offer being made by either one of those guys to make that fight. Devin Haney was going up to 140 pounds, period. I'm not buying that. If you just would have taken 25%, then we would have had this fight. I know he wished he would have taken that money. First of all, why would he have wished he took that money? He won the fight against Edwin De Los Santos, and he is a champion. So it worked out for him. He has the belt that Devin didn't have before, right? But the funny thing to me is, though, about Jared Anderson is that Jared Anderson and Shakur Stevenson, man, this may be the time where you just kind of sit down and you wait and you don't say too much until your next fight comes up and you can you can put a positive energy image in the minds of boxing fans, right? Because as of right now, we'll see what happens next week. Or excuse me, not next week. 11/19 is the date that this video is done. There's a fight December 9th. And Devin Haney is going to be fighting Regis Prograis. One of the things that I think a lot of these young dudes do is they talk too much. Devin calling Shakur Stevenson trash for a performance, for a fight that he just had. I would also say that Devin should probably wait until after he fights Regis Prograis, because that is what happens if he doesn't look good in that fight. What happens if he winds up doing what he did in the fight against Jorge Linares, where it was grab, hold, grab. Man, there ain't no difference between moving around, running around, and you mugging somebody, holding on for dear life and refusing the fight to break out, refusing to let a fight break out. So, and Jared Anderson, same thing. Jared Anderson did not look good against Charles Martin. I don't think he's had a fight I don't know if he had a fight since Charles Martin. I have to look to see if he did. Jared Anderson fights so often at this phase of his career, but all these guys do a lot of talking. Keyshawn Davis does a lot of talking. Shakur does a lot of talking. Jared Anderson does a lot of talking. Devin Haney does a lot of talking. The people that are really doing the least amount of talking really are some of the better fighters in that division. But at the end of the day, it's all good humor. It's interesting to me how boxing is becoming, where there's just as much entertainment going on in the banter between fighters and fighters camp as there are in the ring. But at the end of the day, they're all excellent fighters. I just don't think that I agree 100% with Shakur stablemate Jared Anderson when he says that Devin can't beat Shakur. I can't see it. And I think that has a lot more to do with why that fight wasn't made than anything else. Smart matchmaking on the part of Devin Haney Promotions, because that dude right there, even in the way that you saw him beat Edwin De Los Santos, man, if he wants to get on a bike and not let you touch him, how are you going to beat him? It's very, very difficult to overcome. It may not be crowd pleasing, but it'll be very effective if he can hit you with a 3-piece combination, hit you with jabs throughout the round and can move and you can't touch him. Very difficult dude to beat. Similar, it's like the opposite of Deontay Wilder, where you can do what you want until he hits you on the top of the head and you're out of there, you know? But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out.